Hello, gorgeous humans. I just tried to go live on Instagram like 45 times and it didn't work, but I thought we can do it in my community and like even better, right? So I am recording a podcast about dream clients. So come on in. If you have already listened to the episode, this is just the video version, but you'll see it everywhere as it gets posted. But come on in if you are watching live and jump in the comments, ask any questions that you like. But hello, growth gang. Welcome back officially to another podcast episode. We are chatting dream clients because we are celebrating my incredible dream client because in just 4 days, she's seen the craziest momentum. And you would have seen I posted a couple of things on Instagram about it, but I wanted to sort of flesh out exactly what we did so that you guys can go away and focus on that as well. So firstly, it was within a 2-week Voxer container. So just 2 weeks, that's it. And within the first 4 days, we saw the craziest momentum start. So my beautiful client came to me wanting more dream clients. So yes, she wanted to play around with content and sort of shuffle some things in terms of the strategy, like content creation stuff. But her main overarching thing was, I want more clients and I want them to be dream clients as well. So I've got my list of things. I've got Facebook Live happening over here and let's just jump straight into it. So first things first was we got so crystal clear on who her dream client is to their core, not just the like classic, are they a female or a male, like where do they live in the world, but really going to their core, to their characteristics and really fleshing that out so that we could go, okay, this is exactly who we're speaking to, so that all of these next parts that I'm going to speak about are so much easier. And this is why dream clients are the foundation. It's sort of like they are the main like meat, the building block. Everything else stems from that. So first things first, dream client, excuse me. And then second to that was her brand and what she really wanted to be known for as well. So it's one thing to think about who you're serving. It's another thing to think about, well, what legacy do I want to leave? What kind of imprint do I want to leave? What do I want to be really known for in my space, in my industry, so that, again, everything else becomes so much easier. So now that we are so crystal clear on dream client and on brand, the next part, hello, I'm doing a podcast episode. Jump in the comments, blow them up, but I've put you over here so that I don't get too distracted. Second part was the language in her bio, bold title, captions, and just like content in general. So now that we know exactly who the dream client is, what she wanted to be known for, then we got to put all of those pieces of the puzzle and drip it through her page so that the minute someone lands on her page or is peeping around the corner looking at her services, they go, oh my gosh, you are for me. You resonate so much with me. This is incredible. This is exactly what I need. So that's exactly what we did. We shuffled around some wording in the bold title, bio, captions, and posts as well, just changing around literally the language. Like nothing, like we didn't shift niche or shift like identity. We literally just changed around a bit of the wording and the language so that it was really, really grabby with that dream human. So that as soon as they land, they're like, you are for me. So then what we did, and she already saw, this is within the first like 2 days, she already saw people jump into her DMs, be like, oh my God, I need more info. Tell me more info. Can I jump on a call? So that was really cool. And all that did was a shift in the language. Then what we did was we were looking at a testimonial that she wanted to post from a client. And a lot of the time people just slap the testimonial as a post or as a story. And that's it. It's just like, here's the testimonial. But I don't know about you, but me, myself, I never read someone else's testimonials for their business unless I'm at the stage where I'm ready, like where I'm literally getting my wallet out. Like it's just sort of a last thing. It's not a first thing, which is really important because if someone just sees a whole chunk of random text, they're probably not going to read it because it's nothing to do with them. This is the most important part. It's got to be about the human who's actually reading it. So although it's pulling stuff out that can totally be that social proof for them, it's not actually linking to the person who's reading it, to the reader. So how we did that was we actually pulled out from that first step of knowing exactly what their desires are, we pulled out the transformation within the testimonial. So within the testimonial, the person saying, I was here, now I'm here, basically, but in a big chunk of text. So what I said was, why don't we pull out exactly what that transformation looks like? Point A, point B. So I got a highlighter out and I highlighted all of the parts that were really reflective of that transformation, where she was basically saying, I was stuck here, we then did this, and now I'm here. Then what we did was we used these pieces, created a hook that spoke to that desire, to that transformation to start with. So we didn't just slap the random testimonial as a post. We actually pulled out the desires, pulled out that transformation from the testimonial, and then we created it from there. So a really, really strong hook speaking to the desire. Then we created a whole entire carousel post that went into, my client was here, we did this, now we're here, and look how happy this client is. Here's the testimonial. That got some people in her DMs. That was really, really cool. So that was the next part. And then we also played around with hooks and just adding more of her voice in there, more of her personality. So a lot of the things that she was already posting was amazing. It was educational. There was so much value in it, but it wasn't actually landing with the dream client. So this is where you might be saying all of the right things, but it's just the way you say it, the way it's positioned, the language that you use that makes all of the difference. So we changed around her hooks, we changed around just a bit of the language and the tone of voice so that we made it less like Google fact sheet vibes and more her, and made such a difference, huge difference. So by this point, people were flooding in her DMs being like, hey, I want to book discovery calls. I want like more info on your services. And she messaged me in Voxer and she was like, oh my gosh, like I've never had these clients before ever reach out. They are exactly who I want. And she's sending me like screenshots of what niche they're in. And it was exactly what her dream client was from step one. This was just in like 4 days of our 2 weeks together. It was so cool. And then like the weekend came and then she messaged me being like, oh my God, this is amazing. The momentum is happening. I can see it externally. And that's the coolest thing. So cool to be able to actually see the external momentum happen so fast from literally just the tiniest shift on socials in content. So cool. So freaking cool. The next part, what did we do next? So the next part was, I was like, I bet there's some fence sitters. I bet there's some people that are just like peeking around the corner and like kind of just like looking at everything you're doing, but not actually jumping in. So it was like, why don't we create something that's going to build a lot of trust and move people through that funnel so that they're not just like looking at your stuff and saying you're so inspirational and like liking your post or whatever, but they're actually moved through to closer proximity where they're like, oh my God, I really trust you and this is amazing. And like, I see you as an authority. That was the goal. So what we did was we created a freebie, a lead magnet, so that the people who were the fence sitters who like wanted to move in a little bit closer had that opportunity to. So we created a freebie based solely on that dream client and their desires, the transformation that they were looking for. So this is why that first step, that foundation is so important. So important. This is why I teach this in Master the Game in Dream Clients on Tap, so that you can just have it all fleshed out. You do it once, it's done. You get to tweak it down the track, but once it's done, all of the rest of it becomes easy. You want to create a freebie, you go back to Dream Client, to the Copywriting Bible, it's all there. It's all done. You want to create a hook, it's all there. It's all done. You want to sell something, there's your sales page. This is why the Copywriting Bible is just like my baby. So we created the freebie, then she created one post. One post. And then all she did was add the call to action, comment freebie, comment Pinterest, comment whatever the word was, and I'll send you my freebie. She had so many people comment and so many people in her DMs asking her for the freebie. Then, because the freebie was so freaking good, she had people coming back being like, oh my God, this was amazing. Tell me more. This Pinterest thing was so incredible. It helped so much, this freebie. I need more. Tell me more. One post. So this is across 2 weeks. She's posted like a handful of times as she normally would. She has, how many followers does she have? I have no idea. Could be less than 1,000. Don't quote me on that. Could be. She doesn't have 100,000 followers. She didn't need more followers. She didn't need to post more. She didn't need to go live. She didn't need to be polarizing and like pain markety, mean girl vibes. She didn't need to do any of that. All she had to do was refine who her dream client was and then go back into her authenticity and her power. And that's what we're working with now, because we got to the end of the 2 weeks and she was like, oh my God, I need more. Like the momentum is happening. I'm making waves. And I was like, you're making a freaking tsunami. Like, let's just keep the good times rolling. So we extended to another 2 weeks, which is happening right now. And again, it's so cool. Like she just messaged me last night and was like, oh my God, like my keyboard's dying because I have so many ideas for content now, and it feels so good because I'm actually playing with content that feels good for me. And that was my favorite thing to hear, because you see so many different strategies online and it's like, oh, do I really have to do that? Oh, that doesn't really feel good for my business. And now we found a spot that feels really good, where she gets to be in her authenticity. And she said, I wish I took a screenshot of it, but she was like, I knew that it was all there, as in her voice and her brand, but now it's like it's been revealed. Like, thank you so much for being able to help me do that. And I'm like, this is why I do this. This is why I do this, because for you to feel so excited and amped up by your business, where you're just like, I'm so excited to show up every single day. That is my goal for you. I want you to have more clients, sales, money. I want you to be freaking swimming in sales and money and clients and all of the things. But at the end of the day, I want you to feel your own power. I truly do. I want you to be able to actually be like, look what I'm creating. This is an extension of me and my soul and my heart and my craft. It's not just selling some courses online and doing some one-to-one calls and that's it. Like, you're creating this extension of you, and content gets to do that. It gets to be this really exciting thing. She was already good at content, but now it's like, oh my gosh, add in the personality, add in the spice, add in the brand, add in the dream clients. And now it's like, see ya. I'll see you. You're creating your own universe over there. Like, it's so freaking cool to see. So freaking cool to see. Like, this is why I do what I do. I want you to feel so authentically you. I want you to be able to show up online and be like, hey, this is what I'm all about. This is the crew that I'm building. Come in if you vibe with me, if this is like what you're all about, and let's just live life and change lives. Like, that is my vibe for you. So I have a dream client checklist that I'm going to chuck into the show notes. It's absolutely free and you guys can download it. You can literally, like, I want you to go through and be like, okay, even open your Instagram like next to the checklist and be like, am I doing that? Yes, no, what needs to change, what needs to shift, because I can show you exactly how to do it. In Dream Clients on Tap, which is a new little course that I bought out, a mini course, you're going to learn exactly how to do it, exactly how to figure out who your dream client is, beyond where do they live, are they female, male, what's their economic status. That's old school. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You're going to know exactly who your dream client is. You're going to know exactly how to call them in. You're going to get the whole copywriting Bible, which is where you can literally flesh out, we do it together, on a recorded video and I go through every single thing. You can flesh it out, and then that is your content done. That's your content done. So every single offer you bring out, you get to plug into this template that I give you guys, and Bob's your uncle. Sales pages, offer creation, content creation, selling, captions, call to actions, posts, freebies. It's all done now that you've got this copywriting Bible. So freaking cool. But wait, there's more. Then you also get a download of a whole bunch of hooks where you literally just plug and play. So all of your answers that you've gotten from the copywriting Bible, you just plug into these ready, done hooks. Post. This is how you become a magnet to dream clients. A magnet. That is what we want to do. So that offer is Dream Clients on Tap, but grab the checklist first just to make sure that you can tick all the boxes. Make sure that you're leveraging everything that you can. And if you're stuck, if you're like, oh no, I'm doing a few things but missing a few others, Dream Clients on Tap is for you. I'm so excited for this offer. It's honestly, I'm so excited because it just changed my life in business. It made content so much clearer and easier and faster. And I know that my content's going to land, because you know that feeling when you're posting stuff and then you're like, is anyone out there? Is anyone listening? And that's when there's just a tiny little disconnect, and it could be a simple switch in language, positioned it a little bit different, playing with desire marketing. And that's all it takes for the floodgates to open and dream clients to just flood on in, which is my goal for you. So excited for you. I'm going to leave all of the links in the show notes so you can go and grab it. As always, any questions, just DM me. I have a new Instagram at _TheLilyHolmes. So go and look up my new Instagram, come and follow, and make sure you're in the Facebook group because I'm currently live and you can come and see all of the updates and all of the lives that I do, which I think I'm going to do more lives just because they're so much fun and I get to get a lot of info across very easily. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for listening.